I'm Doc AJ and welcome to Adjusting Your Heart. Our topic today is how to cultivate a contented heart. Are you plagued with imposter syndrome? Do you downplay the compliments of others? Do you feel that you don't deserve to win and just attribute it to dumb luck? Do you feel pressured to keep up with the Jonases? Keep watching to learn how to deal with all of these issues and free yourself from unnecessary stress. My first point is avoid having an imposter syndrome. The term imposter syndrome was first used by psychologists Susanna Imes and Pauline Rose Clance in the 1970s. It occurs when one feels like a fraud and doubts his or her abilities in spite of their accomplishments. They feel they don't deserve the accolades, thinking it could have been anybody. It was just luck. I just worked hard, and they're afraid that people will find that they are frauds. And when things go wrong due to external reasons, they blame themselves. They feel depressed and anxious. They tend to overcompensate with crippling perfectionism, overprepare, they maintain a lower profile, and even withhold their talents and opinions. Dr. Valerie Young, author of The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women, Why Capable People Suffer from the Imposter Syndrome and How to Thrive in Spite of It, has identified 5 types of imposters. The first type is the expert. This person will only feel satisfied when they know everything about the subject. But that will take a long time and make it hard for them to complete tasks. The second will be the perfectionist, which means that if they get 99 out of 100, they think it's a failure. And since their standard is perfection, and that adds a lot of stress and anxiety, they focus on areas where they could have done better rather than celebrate their achievements. The third is a soloist who prefers to work alone. They won't ask for help or receive help from others to prove their self-worth, and that could lead to burnout. The fourth is the natural's genius, who thinks that intelligence must be inherent, so that when they have to struggle to master something in their minds, they're imposters. The fifth will be the superhero. They feel they must excel in all their roles, all at the same time, and that adds a lot of unnecessary stress. So here's some tips to overcome the imposter syndrome. First would be to challenge negative thoughts. Focus on the facts. Like everyone else, you may have your weaknesses, but you have your strengths too. Make a realistic assessment of your abilities. Take note of what you're good at. And of course, your achievements. Look at this picture. The imposter would say, I don't deserve to be here. Instead, you should think, I should trust the judgment of those who invited me. And I'm here because I earned it. So change those negative thoughts. You may check out my previous video, The 3 Powerful Mindsets of a High-Value Woman, in which I said that you need to know your worth. Another point would be is to learn to accept that perfectionism is impossible. Nobody's perfect. Mistakes and failure can happen. Then when that really happens, then turn those failures into stepping stones to success. And remember that you don't need to be perfect for people to accept you. This will also be a good gauge who your true friends are. Another tip would be to share your feelings to trusted friends or mentors. And then you would realize that you're not alone and that there are people who are just like you. And of course, you can help one another cope. You'd be surprised that famous personalities like the former First Lady Michelle Obama have been plagued with imposter syndrome. Listen to her wise advice. She said, I've been there plenty of times. What's helped me most is remembering that our worst critics are almost always ourselves. The fact is, you wouldn't be in that room if you didn't belong there. And while negative thoughts are bound to crop up, as you take on new roles and challenges, you can acknowledge them without letting them stop you from occupying space and doing the work. That's really the only way we grow, by moving beyond our fears and developing trust that our voices and ideas are valuable. In her memoir entitled Becoming, which became a bestseller in 2019, she is advocating that females around the world should be educated. My second point is avoid keeping up with the Jonases. Keeping up with the Jonases is an idiomatic expression that means striving to match what our friends or neighbors have, like wearing branded clothes, having a bigger house, acquiring an iPhone 12, a new car, the latest laptop model, going on a Caribbean cruise or a trip to Iceland, and the list goes on and on. To keep up with the Jonases, some people become workaholics, sacrificing their health and families in the process. Please bear in mind that the time and love you give to your family are far more important than material possessions. The study conducted by Dr. Brian Robinson's research team from the University of North Carolina revealed that adult children of workaholics had higher levels of depression and anxiety compared to adults from non-workaholic homes. Others would resort to overspending to keep up with the Jonases. They plunged into debt and had to borrow money from others or even loan sharks. This phenomenon was highlighted in the Netflix series Squid Game. Personally, I find the series too violent, as the contestants, all of whom have huge debts, try to kill each other just to get the cash prize. Think about it. Even if you become as rich as the Jonases, you can only sleep in one bed. Money cannot buy everything. Let me read this poem. Money can buy a house, but not a home. Money can buy a bed, but not sleep. Money can buy a clock, but not time. Money can buy a book, but not knowledge. Money can buy food, but not an appetite. Money can buy position, but not respect. Money can buy blood, but not life. Money can buy insurance, but not safety. So you see, money is not everything. I'm not saying that money is not important. Of course, we would need money to survive. But please don't let money rule or ruin your life. You can check out my previous video, Be Happy, Live Without Envy, in which I share these 2 points. Stop complaining and stop comparing with others. Be grateful and be generous with what you have. For instance, I bought this blouse for only 150 pesos and I've been wearing it for already several years. And if you would notice, you might say, oh, but you have a lot of clothes. I do have a lot of clothes, but many of them are pre-loved clothes shared to me by my friends and relatives, so I don't need to buy new ones. I'd like to share with you what Hebrews 13:5 says. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And if you ask me, if you have God, you have everything, and it's easier for you to be contented. So next week, my topic would be how to cultivate a giving heart. So my friends, again, the 2 points on how to cultivate a contented heart: avoid having an imposter syndrome and avoid keeping up with the Jonases. You may share your insights below, okay? And if you're blessed by this video, please like, subscribe, and share it to your friends. And do follow us on IG or TikTok, but please follow the Adjusting Your Heart account, okay? And even in Facebook, or you can watch our videos Monday to Friday at Signal TV channel 185. Now I'd like to thank some people: Dwin 40, Kino S, Colette Reyes, Tarun, Witek Tarse, X Gold Clip. Thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.